cracked yet.
And Detroit playing very well. Here's Edwards again. This time, rebound Grant. That's against Dennis Rodman. His second, a Bush on the rebound.
Well, Vinnie Johnson's going to check in the game. As we look at the bench points right now, 124 to 64. You see when the Pistons won, plus 15, plus 15. Game 3, plus 25. Aguirre had a big ball game. But here's Vinnie Johnson now into the ball game. He and Aguirre. All right, you gain offense when you bring in Aguirre. You lose some defense when you take out Rodman.
Vinnie Johnson, 11 points per game in this series, 3.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists. We're not thinking about the rebounds and assists nearly as much as the points from Vinnie Johnson, although he's a good rebounder for a guard.
Horace Grant has struggled at the free throw line in the playoffs, shooting only 55%. He's getting to the free throw line 3-4 times a ball game and just not being able to convert.
Grant tonight is 2 for 4 from the line.
Now let's see if they use Aguirre to help bring the ball up the floor, or they're going to bring Vinnie Johnson up against Hodges.
Pistons by 5. And he kicks it out to Aguirre from the corner, missing early. Sally keeps it alive, loose ball foul. And it's going to be on John Sally, who doesn't like the call at all, and he tells Jack Madden that. Ed Neely also into the ball game for Chicago.
Now you watch Ed Neely here. Ed Neely, I think, is the guy that got fouled, and he's trying to get Michael Jordan to shoot the free throws. Are they going to have Stacey King? But Ed Neely was actually the guy that got fouled there. Ed Neely, being the player he is, told Michael, he said, you go up and shoot him. I read his lips there, but Michael couldn't get there.
Neely also a 56% free throw shooter. But Stacey King will go to the line. He's shooting 80% in the series. Now that's using your head. King in for Pippen, who got early foul trouble. Gets them both. It's all of a sudden a 3-point game. Detroit has led by as many as 9.
If Vinny reads the double team, if Jordan comes at him, right now Michael just sort of playing that here he comes. You got to find it, and they got to move the basketball and find the open guy.
Get it to Aguirre. Don't really get much accomplished with it, though, as Joe Dumars has to shoot over 3 players. But there's a big offensive board. It's loose to Sally, who kicks it to Vinnie Johnson. And hold it, they're saying it went over the backboard. And they're going to give the ball to Chicago.
They're going to rule that that pass was thrown over the board. There's an invisible line that goes over the glass to infinity. Right here it is.
We didn't get to see it there. The call was that it went over the line.
Well, I don't know what
tied at 25.
Michael threw one in there. I don't know if he was trying to pass or what. I didn't even see that.
It's the Michael Jordan touch. He has 5. The buzzer ending the first quarter. The Bulls have battled right back in here after Detroit scored 7 straight points. The Bulls went on a run with an 8-0 move, and it's tied at 25. Magic of Michael Jordan just before the half. Michael misread the shot clock, the game clock. It said 10.9 seconds. He thought it said 1.9. Threw up about a 30-foot prayer of a three-pointer while we were in a replay. He hits the basket, ties it at 25, and that is the definitive Michael Jordan.
Well, Michael laughed at it, too. I mean, you could see the look on his face. Now, Pippen in the ball game. They're going to go Pippen as a big guard now against Vinnie Johnson defensively. Put Hodges on Dumars. That means Dumars will go at Hodges. They'll run him off screens and try to free him up.
Chicago on an 8-0 run to tie this game after Detroit went on a 7-zip run. Here's Dumars. To Lane Beer.
Now the benches are into play. Now you start seeing with the game. Normally this is where Detroit has taken control, although they didn't do it in game 4. Who will be the offensive man now for Chicago?
It's Lane Beer, Aguirre, Sally, Vinnie Johnson, and Dumars for Detroit. Here's Hodges over Vinnie Johnson. Lane Beer with a rebound.
Look for Dumars to try to go at Hodges. Now that's the matchup they want to try to go at, with Vinnie Johnson being played by Pippen.
Chicago has Grant, Pippen, Stacey King, Neely, and Hodges on the floor. Mark Aguirre with his first basket of the game.
Mark Aguirre gets away with a carry. He actually palms that ball on the dribble. His hands are so big, but you really can't see it.
Pistons back by 4 now. Bulls had tied it at 25 on the Jordan three-pointer right before the buzzer.
Horace Grant wants a little payback.
Doesn't get it. Aguirre rebound. Here comes Dumars on the run. It's 3-on-2.
If Detroit scores here, you might see a 20-second timeout. The Bulls do not want to let them get on any kind of spurts.
There's the double team. Pass 1, pass 2. Here's Sally from 15. Rebound Neely.
They'll give him that shot. They'll want John Sally to take that shot.
Now Pippen handling the ball and running things for Chicago. Hodges really the off guard. Here's Stacey King into the paint. You've got the offensive foul on Stacey King.
Stacey's not comfortable out there on the floor, Bob. He's a post-to-post, block-to-block player. And when he catches it on the floor, he's not comfortable yet. Putting it down, pulling up, and taking a shot. He tries to take it all the way. He's a lefty, and normally it goes left, and if he doesn't go all the way, he likes to spin back quickly.
Third offensive foul against Chicago in this game. Lambeer mishandling the pass. Intelligently getting it to Aguirre. 7 on the shot clock. Aguirre against Grant, now down to 4.
Gonna get it up.
Lambeer from 17. Lambeer 3 of 5 from the floor tonight, having a much better game. He was only 1 of 13 in the last 2 ball games.
Well, our top flight statistician, Marty Aronoff, told us he was going to be a real key guy tonight. Lambeer and Edwards. He said how the 2 centers play.
Well, Lambeer has 6, Edwards has 8 compared to 7 for Cartwright.
Chicago's got to be very careful right now. 10-point lead gets big in this building. They don't want to let this Detroit team slip away. Michael Jordan sitting on the bench. How long will Phil Jackson rest him, as he looks like he's going to come back now with B.J. Armstrong?
It's been a game of runs. Detroit 7-0, then Chicago 8-0, now Detroit 6-0. B.J. Armstrong checking in for the Chicago Bulls. He'll come in for Craig Hodges.
I think he's going to go in for Horace and put Scotty back down at the forward position.
They're keeping Hodges, by the way, picked up the personal foul, his first, and Horace sitting down.
Now, with this team on the floor that Chicago has, Pippen is going to create some offenses from the other guys. Hodges is a spot-up shooter, Stacey King. These other guys are all players that feed off the activity of the other players on the floor.
Benny Johnson off the Aguirre screen, kicks it back out to Aguirre. Popped off the screen, he said, for Benny Johnson. And Aguirre has 4 points.
There's a 20-second timeout. Good call by Phil Jackson. We're going to have to think about getting Michael Jordan back in the ball game.
That Detroit bench has been effective. They're on an 8-0 run, and Chicago has not scored in the quarter. It's 33-25.
All right, let's watch Benny Johnson. He's going to curl. He's going to get in the lane. What's that make? That makes Ed Neely help. There he helps. And the drop-off, Aguirre fades out for the little baseline jump shot. Nice play there by the Pistons.
Earlier playoff game, we saw Mark Aguirre come up with 17 points in the second quarter. He can really lay a load on you in a hurry if he gets hot.
Well, that's the kind of flexibility now Chuck Daly has. In Game 4, Dennis Rodman was a monster. 20 points, 20 rebounds. So Aguirre didn't play that much. So Aguirre has settled in to know that if Rodman's doing it, that he's going to be out there, and if not, then he's going to play. So whoever produces will play, and we look at the assists, a very key statistic.
33-25, Detroit, 9:17 to go, first half. Pippen handling the ball. Michael Jordan still on the bench.
We're going to isolate Pippen against Aguirre. He can take him off the dribble.
Aguirre hard into him with the foul, stopping the shot.
See, Bob, the one thing you have to do is you have to really know your personnel. Scottie Pippen wants to drive it. All right, when he pumps fakes in the air, you got to stay down on him. Now, it's a good fake. You got to give him credit. It's a nice fake. You got to stay on your feet, and you say, Scottie, you've got to make that jump shot against me. I'm not going to let you get to the free throw line. I'm not going to give you any dunks.
Pippen's 0 for 3 from the floor. That was his first point of the ballgame. Scottie Pippen in the series averaging 19 points.
Look for this team that Chicago has on the floor now to extend some full court pressure and try to trap a little bit. They've got to be able to do something here defensively to create offense.
B.J. Armstrong, who's been playing better and better as the playoffs have gone along, expected from the rookie.
Now, he idolizes Isaiah. You got to remember that. He's got to forget that tonight.
He forgets it thanks to Bill Lambeer, who sets the screen, then the pop, the missed shot. The lob out here to Pippen.
That's a breakaway. The breakaway.
They'll get the basket, and they'll get the foul, and they'll get the ball on the side. That means that's an opportunity for 5 points.
Now, here's what happened. Lambeer took the shot. Scottie Pippen jumps at him and keeps going. No one rotated back to cover him. Pippen, there he goes. He releases. Lambeer cannot get back there. This could be a 5-point play. Layup. A breakaway is any hands in the back. You see Lambeer. Lambeer should have just let it go. That's his second foul. Could be a 5-point play. This is the lapses that Detroit has had in this series that has really cost them.
So the breakaway gives the ball to Chicago on the sideline. Pippen gets the first 3. Let's see if he converts all 5 of them. Neely now back to Pippen.